How are you guys? Is everything fine? Friends, today we are going to see. Let's start with the 2009 movie Kaiji the Ultimate. Then the story begins. Whose name is Kaiji? From a boy with crooked teeth. Kaiji used to do a famous job, but all his money used to be spent in buying lottery tickets. Actually, Kaiji's condition was very bad. If there was a well in front of him, then there was a well behind it, means he was drowned in debt from head to toe. One day the Kaiji was casually walking around. Just then some people come and nab Kaiji. Actually they were debtors. Lindo, the boss of these creditors, tells Kaiji that your friend had taken a loan from us and is now absconding. But you had given a guarantee for that friend of yours, so now we will recover the loan amount from you. The amount has now been settled by charging interest. Kaiji's eyes were teary-eyed after hearing such a huge amount of about 20 lakh yen, because Kaiji's sheet was already torn and the debtor came to tear it to pieces. Kaiji says that I am already in debt, I do not even have food to eat. From where can I give you the money now? But Lindo had to collect the money. So she tells Kaiji about a gambling ship and says, if you win there, all your loans will be forgiven. Hearing this, Kaiji felt that at least some way was found, so he goes to the evening without thinking much. Climbs over it. Here two suit boot men take Kaiji to a room, where many people were already present. Actually friends, all of them were in debt like Kaiji and came here to spin the wheel of their fortune. But no one knew that after losing here, a punishment worse than death is given. Then the scene progresses and the host of the program, Johnny Gaba, comes there and explains the game to everyone, after which they are all given 3 cards, one of which was worth 1 million, as well as an envelope, in which there were 12 cards. In fact, friends had to play rock paper scissors, whose symbol was printed. Now the task was to use 12 cards out of 12 within 30 minutes, and the one who has less than 3 stars left will lose. That's when the game starts. Everyone was looking for an opponent. Then a man named Fune comes to Kaiji and says that if we are considered as the winners of the 3-star leg, why don't we play together and save our cards by drawing every star? Keep it and walk away with a win. Kaiji finds this plan of Fune correct. We both start playing. But after a few draws, Fune cheats. And by doing fraud, he grabs 2 stars of Kaiji. He had only 1 card left. Kaiji gets angry and takes a swipe at Fune's mouth, whose last remaining card of blood falls on his feet. Fune tells everyone that the last card with Kaiji is scissors. Now anyone can beat Kaiji, after which Kaiji also tells everyone that Fune has the last rock card left. That means now everyone had come to know about these cards. In no time, an uproar starts there. Then Fune says that we all will distribute our cards together again, when you agree with him and give him your address. Here Kaiji finds an injured man named Haida who says that if he makes him his partner, he can win both of them. Haida believes Kaiji and both of them also give cards to Fune. But Fune, cheating again, gives Kaiji the card of the one with the blood on it, and keeps his own so that he can win. Fune approaches Kaiji again and asks to play with him. Kaiji says okay, but you will have to stake your 3 stars. In return, Haida and I will put our 3 stars on the line. Fune agrees upon hearing this and both keep their cards. Fune thinks that he has won, but only then Kaiji flips his card, which is paper, which means now Fune had lost to Kaiji. So it happened because Kaiji had swapped his cards with Haida because he knew that Fune cheated. After this Kaiji and Haida had won. But Haida sees that he has another card in his pocket or has lost it. Just then the men in the suit boots start taking Haida away, but Kaiji feels bad for her. That's why he says, look brother, we played the game together, now you have lost, we will bear this defeat together. Means he also goes to that dark room along with Haida. Here, first of all, one thing is punched in their hands. After that the seal of the company is put on top. After this, Kaiji and other people are taken to an underground mine, where these people were now laborers. Yes, friends had to work here after losing. Means it happened for free labors. You are understanding the whole game. Well, let's look ahead. Here people are given salary on the basis of $2 a day for wages, which they all blow in beer. Here they were also treated very badly. In case of illness, they had to pay from their own pocket for treatment. Whereas friends, here people used to spend their money on the day they got their salary, because the canteen used to open on the day of their salary, so all of them used to spend that money by drinking alcohol. Seeing this, Kaiji had understood whether he saved the money or not. It is not possible for him to leave alive because he will be kept here for 14 years. Meanwhile, they are bound to fall ill due to inhaling poisonous gas apart from drinking less food and higher wages. Only then a doctor tells Kaiji that if you want to get out of here, then take the help of Brave Man Road, which is a kind of game. Kaiji and the others get ready to play the game. For this they are taken blindfolded. Friends, whose slab is removed, then these people see that they have been brought on a very tall building, which is a kind of game. Then friends Tony Gaba comes on that and gives everyone a voucher of 10 million yen and explains that in fact they had to walk from one building to another on a thin iron beam lying in the middle of the building. If they cross the beam, they will be sent away after paying money. But the task was this. Neither beam could be handled as it carried several thousand volts of current. There were some VIPs sitting in the opposite building, whom Lindo was serving. Means now these VIPs were going to enjoy the death of these poor people, although everyone's mind was numb, but Kaiji was giving them courage and everyone starts walking on the beam. That's why the weather changes and strong wind starts blowing. Seeing the bad weather condition, a person loses his balance and falls down. Many others also lose their balance and fall down on seeing such a painful death. On the other hand, a man grabs hold of the dead beam of fear and he also dies due to electrocution. And the VIPs sitting in the other building were enjoying his death. Only Kaiji, Hida and Sarah were left that day. All three were walking when it starts raining heavily and Hida says that now I can't walk and she gives her voucher to Kaiji and tells him, "You send my money to my daughter." Saying this, Hida falls from the building. After this, both Kaiji and Sahara cross the beam and reach the other building and start celebrating. But as soon as the door is opened, due to the high pressure, Sarah falls down and dies. After this Kaiji reaches that room and shows both his vouchers and asks for his money. But he is told that the money will not be received on the dead person's voucher and after deducting all your debt it becomes only $1,000. Cheating was going on here with Kaiji. That's why friends sitting in that room, the chairman of this group gives him another chance to earn money. He says that if you want, you can play one more game with Tony Gaba, for which Kaiji immediately says yes. Only then the Kaiji is asked which card set he wants. In fact, in this game both got 5 cards each, out of which 4 citizens and 1 emperor i.e. king, while the other has 4 citizens and 1 slave with the first 4. Rules thus someday the citizen can defeat the citizen, while the citizen can defeat the slave as well. But the slave is heavy on everyone. He can beat the king and the one who takes the set with the rook will get 10 times the money bet on too. That's why Kazi takes the slave set. After this the game starts and the first 2 tricks are drawn because he played the citizen card, then the Kaiji plays the second card, but Tony Gaba finds out beforehand and beats up Kaiji. Here, the wires of the mind of the G were gone. He could not understand that Tony came to know about it, but he does not say that he does not come on the face of the people and he understands who has played what trick just by looking at the face. Before Kaiji is taken back to the same underground mind. The chairman hits Tony hard with his cane and says it is not fun. Then I immediately get a loan of 4 million from Lindo to Kaiji and the match starts again. But again Kaiji loses again when the man in the suit starts taking Kaiji to underground mining again, then Kaiji thinks. How did Tony find out? Then he realizes he has a chip on his shoulder. And during the match, Tony was looking at his watch, which means that the chip was connected to his standing and Tony was watching the heartbeat of Kaiji, who used to say hi when he took the risk. Now Kaiji had understood. So he asks Lindo to give him a loan of 50 million. When Lindo asks, Kaiji says, "This time the victory will be his." You see, and the match starts again. But before the match starts, Kaiji hits the mirror behind him, which causes his heart rate to increase. That means now Tony can't cheat. He puts a slave and a citizen card on his table and drips blood on it and acts to clean them. But leaves little blood. He tries to show that he has changed the slave card to the citizen card. In this round, all 3 cards are drawn, then Kaiji puts forward the card with blood and thinks that he is a slave, but before placing the card, he thinks that Ka is not so stupid. He has already kept the card of blooded citizen and replaced it with another card. All in all, Tony understands Kaiji's trick and throws away the king card. Because of this, Tony makes fun of Kaiji and calls him a loser. Tony raises his eyes in tension and when Kaiji turns around, there is an explosion. Means it was the slave's card which was not changed by the Kaiji. Kazi leaves the place with Lindo after picking up 10 times more than the money he bet, i.e. 500 million, and both of them start partying. Gave her 300 million, but as soon as he drinks beer he faints. Because they had mixed the medicine of unconsciousness in her dress, when Manny G regains consciousness, a letter is kept in his pocket, on which it was written that the loan you had taken from me was 30% every 10 minutes. According to this, only 280,000 comes out, which was left for him. What is there? Then the scene shifts. A parcel arrives for Hita's daughter, who used to work at the gambling bar, containing some money. Means, as promised to Kaiji Hita, the money was delivered to her daughter, but now she is left with nothing. But one thing was good, that now he did not have any loan. That is, if you came empty-handed and went empty-handed, then friends, this was the story of Kaiji. How did you like the video? Do tell by commenting.